This is Calvin Castine. We're in Mooers at the Rec Park. There's a soccer game going on. I've just left the giant Bob Ben garage sale being put on by the Bob Ben Park Committee. And we're here in Mooers. Not all these cars are here on this bright, cool Saturday morning because of the soccer game. There's a lot going on here in our northern tier on this October 18th, and another fine example of small town America at its best. A new playground is going here at the Rec Park, and we're going to try to talk to somebody who knows what's happening and get a few details on what's going on here in Mooers.
I need a racket tidy on me. There you go. Miles coming. Yeah, might be over.
Anybody have another short ball?
Here, Alan. Maybe they want this one.
A lot of busy hands here on this suddenly mild Saturday morning. It was kind of chilly a while ago, Michelle.
We were out at 7 and it was very cold. We all had warm mittens and coats and hats and whatnot, but hot chocolate and hot coffee and a few hours of sun, and things have really turned out nice.
And now the frost is off the grass. It makes it a lot more pleasant out here. Michelle Poissant, could you give us, I know it's a bittersweet day for you here, seeing this going up, but could you tell us why we're here?
Well, this is what my husband and I decided we would return to the community from the memorial fund that they all collected on behalf of our sons Ryan and Evan. The generosity was just overwhelming, and when we realized the funds we had to work with, we wanted to do something spectacular that would give back to the community and benefit the children of the community. So this was very much my husband's
Randy, can you come over and join us?
favorite project.
I can come over. I think I'm in the way anyway, so.
We do feel like we're in the way, huh?
Yeah. Just trying to wander around from place to place.
So tell them why it was so important for you to have this.
Oh, just because when our two younger ones were too young to play sports, and Ryan was playing sports, we'd come to the field either to play soccer or baseball. The other ones wouldn't have anything to do, so we've always said there should be something here for the little ones to play on, so now there'll be something.
Well, we see today is a soccer game going on throughout the summer. There's baseball, softball being played here, and most people come here and they've got other youngsters to take care of. That's and right. This will entertain them.
Exactly. That's something for the ones that aren't old enough to be playing the sports. It's nice to have something for them to do, while the parents could keep an eye on both, you know.
Maybe someday it would be nice to think of this area as a family center where people could come and picnic and play and, truly use it as a recreational park, not just a sports field.
Right.
Well, this will certainly be a great step in that direction. Some pine trees that are right near here that they'd probably extend something like that to have a shaded area for picnic. It would be an ideal spot, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Yep.
So how'd you arrange all this high-priced help?
Oh, these are all volunteers, friends and family, and just everybody's been offering to come down, and anything we need, they've been there.
You must be paying them well, because they seem to be enjoying
Going
themselves.
right at it. Well, we offered them free donuts after, so.
It's amazing what you do for free donuts.
If I didn't have somewhere else to go, I'd stick around to just to get a donut.
You can grab one before you leave.
But a lot of thought and time and preparation ahead of time and work went into it, and we tried to design a certain way where we felt there would be activities for all types and ages, and also a reflection of our children's personality and what they enjoyed. The spiral curvy slide, they used to refer to it, was one of their favorites at Meacham Lake where we camp, and the tire swing was also a favorite of theirs, and so I specifically picked items that reflected what they enjoyed most and their personality, and I knew my kids would love this. And the little, what they call fireman's tower, which is almost like a monkey bar extension on the end for our little monkey Evan, huh?
Yeah.
Will there be some kind of a plaque here that will designate
Yes,
why
it
this
will.
is here?
Right here in this corner, unfortunately, it's not going to be ready to be installed today.
We
But-
had a large chunk of granite donated from the Plattsburgh quarries, and they're in the process of getting that to us, and we're going to have, it marked as a memorial to the boys.
I just think this is a great way for you to give back to the community. I know the community really came out in support of your family in your time of need.
Oh, they did.
Tremendously.
Very, very much so.
Yep.
Well, I won't keep you any longer. We appreciate you taking this time. I know it's going to be tough for you.
We appreciate you coming down. We'd like everybody else in the community to see what's going on here and
No, it's available.
Right, and see what they contributed to. So, it's for them.
Well, this is small town America, and this is, I think, is why we live in these towns.
No, that's for sure. I've been very grateful to live where we live, and we had people from outside of the area who said to us, what a beautiful town and community at the time of the children's death, and they saw how everybody just rallied for our support and were tremendously impressed. We had a friend from a distance away say, I'm moving to Mooers.
Yeah.
She was highly impressed, and so are we, and we're very proud to be here.
Thank you. Well, that'll wrap up our brief look at this. We just wanted to come down here when something nice is happening in our community. We certainly think it deserves a highlight, a mention here on Hometown Cable. And of course, this nice thing that's happening here is a result of a tragedy. For those of you who aren't aware, the two Poissant brothers died in the last snowstorm of winter of 1997 in the spring. A very tragic accident. The community of Mooers came out full force for the Poissant family, and there's a nice monument to them and to the boys at Mooers Elementary School, and this is just a way for the family to help pay back the community. And as we said a moment ago, it's an example of small town America, and this is why so many of us choose to live here and appreciate what we have in the northeastern New York. Through the magic of television, we are back. A day has elapsed. As you can see, construction is complete on this playground. And the Poissants being family people, also thought of the older parts of the family, the parents and grandparents who might want to sit down and relax while the kids are enjoying themselves. So there are a couple of benches here. Unfortunately, yesterday was extremely busy for yours truly, and I wasn't able to get back here for the ribbon cutting. I did see it, however, on Channel 5, WPTZ, and it's nice that they were able to be here and cover that. From what we have read in the paper, the newspaper had a nice front page article on this Sunday morning with a picture. This is a $12,500 donation from the Poissant family in memory of their sons. And it's just an outstanding addition to this recreation park, which is located just off Route 11. And it's just east of the hamlet of Mooers. And all this modern stuff, there's still room and time for the old-fashioned sand pile. I think every one of us watching can appreciate a good sand pile, because we've all played in one at one time or another. Another reason we are back here on this October 19th is because, as coincidence would have it, they're going to dedicate a couple of plaques to the people who originally helped make all this possible. And some of their family members are here, along with a couple of town officials. We see Leonard and Sheila Drown and Orville Pratt. And the people who donated property for this rec park a few years back will be honored today. So we're going to bring that to you as part of this story. And again, our thanks to the Poissant family for their thoughtfulness, but it was just their way of repairing, in a small way, the community that was so thoughtful when they had their tragedy back in April of this year. And it looks like young Mr. Bedard, whose grandfather and grandmother were some of the original donators of this property, is now enjoying this latest piece of equipment here. So with that, we're going to pick up on the dedication and a couple of monuments that will be going up, and of course at a later date there'll be a monument placed here in the corner in memory of the Poissant brothers.
We're gathered here today to dedicate this playground property. This portion of the land here was donated in memory of grandfather James Dupree and Father Henry E. Dupree by their families to the town of Mooers. I have with me here today Edward Dupree and David Dupree from the Messina area, and come to help us dedicate this. And it's all been a great asset to the town of Mooers, our children's playground, and a lot of soccer, softball games, whatever are played here. And also, as you'll see, part of this program was erected yesterday in memory of the Poissant brothers. Playground equipment farther over on the grounds. So that's it for here.
We're happy to be here. We're representing our family, and we're glad to be able to donate this to the youth of your community.
Our family's glad to donate this to be something for the youth of the community in the future. Our grandfather used to stand here and, we're standing here, it's good to know we can come here and stand here anytime we want. And anything that puts the youth first today, I think counts.
Thank you. And we're also here today to recognize Andre Biddard family for their generous donation. This large parcel property, which is part of the Park Lane Recreational Park. And we have represented today Tom and his son Tom, representing the Biddard family. And the town board is very grateful to their family for donating this, which was several years ago, and it's had a lot of use for the children of the area, and a lot of games here and everything. And, part of the town board was laid up today with sickness or out of town, so they weren't able to be here. The youth director at the time that this took place was Orville Netto. And the present youth director is Frankie Dumas. I understand he got called into work, so he couldn't be here. So again, we're very grateful to everyone for what they've done.
We'll take a final look around here. The cornfields in the background, but the 11 acres contributed by the Biddard family. A tremendous gesture that is just such a great asset to the community of Mooers. And once again, of course, the latest addition to what they have here is that new children's playground in the shade of the trees by the cemetery, and that's dedicated to the Poissant brothers. So that's going to wrap up our coverage on this 19th day of October 1997, a very pleasant and enjoyable afternoon here in the Northern Tier.